Hello, everyone. So I'm speaking today with Jennifer Van Uffelen from Belgium, who's living in County Wexford, Ireland. Jennifer is a qualified life and workplace coach and NLP practitioner, adding neuro wellness and mindfulness elements into her practice. She founded JVU Coaching to enable people to connect to themselves, organize their thoughts, and find clarity and focus. With a real passion for self-development and growth, she wants to provide people with the tools to fulfill their full potential in life. At the moment, she's pursuing a diploma in leadership, health, and well-being. And Jennifer and I met on LinkedIn, and we've been chatting back and forth and found that we had a number of topics that were suitable enough to stick on a LinkedIn or a YouTube video. So we're going to just record our conversation today and see what comes out of it that might be helpful for you. So Jennifer, hello.
Hi, thanks, Kevin, for having me as well. And yes, we have been chatting for a while, so I'm sure we have something productive to come up with.
Oh, and actually, this is extra special because Jennifer's the first video interview I have on this new channel. I have one audio interview already, but this is the first of hopefully monthly interviews. So let's see how it goes. So first question for Jennifer. We were talking about how you work with your clients on the topic of productivity, which is where we cross over a lot. So when it comes to your clients becoming more productive and achieving the tasks and the goals that you've set out with them, what are the main things that keep coming up again and again that you tend to work on with clients? Is it procrastination or routines, or what really stands out?
Yeah, I think actually procrastination is a big one because people kind of have this feeling that I should be doing this, I should be doing that. So the job gets really big in their heads, which is kind of blocking them from taking action. So I think a lot of what I work on is get them to check in with themselves and see where is actually the priorities. So making a list of, what are the things that need to be done, checking in when is a good time to work on them as well, and then working on the mindset around it. So if there's a lot of shoulds and a high inner critic coming up, a lot of inner voices of I'm not doing well enough, I'm not working hard enough, or I'm not doing good enough, it's kind of stopping action altogether. So it's really connecting to, possibly having some mindfulness techniques on connecting to their own breath, checking in with their body, kind of calming down. So if there's high levels of stress, starting to recognize that as well and stepping away from that and coming back to the task when they're feeling fresh and recharged to actually tackle it. So I think a lot of the procrastination is often related to that thought process. So thinking a lot about what needs to be done, but not really taking action. So it's about breaking it up into smaller action steps and then starting with step one. So starting with a smaller step forward, which gives that sense of achievement, which gives a good feeling. You start to see the progress as well in what you need to do. So that kind of motivates on moving forward, going to step two and really breaking it up so that you can keep making progress and you don't let it pile up into a really big job that you don't start until you have all the tools ready to do the big job all at once, because then often it gets procrastinated and it's this job that's like hanging over you like a big cloud where it's usually not really that big. It can, look much bigger in their own heads. And I think apart from that, what's really important is to find a routine that works. So when you're finding, for example, that in the morning when you need to start work, let's say you don't really take time for breakfast, you kind of want to rush into starting your work. Finding out what is it that you actually need, maybe apart from, your work setup to be productive for work. Maybe you need to implement some exercise, even if it's going for a walk in the morning. Maybe you need to have a good breakfast so that you're not actually sitting there being hungry. So that's what mindfulness can help with as well, is just to become more aware of your bodily cues so that you can fill those needs when you need to. And you actually have your full energy ready to do your work in a productive way as well, when you're doing the tasks and you're not being distracted by other things that you haven't really met. So, figuring out, do you work best when you do exercise in the morning? Do you want to do exercise maybe after work to switch off from work? You know, do you need to go for a walk to have a break in your free time? So it's really finding out what are the things that work best for you and sticking to that. So knowing what works and then actually do those things rather than avoiding them and you know, sitting at your desk, procrastinating and not really taking any action.
Yeah, just hoping that the work will happen.
Yeah, on its own, because you thought about it so much.
Yeah.